Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be my 10-month update for Pan That Palette and for Baby Pan That Palette. I cannot believe we are already 10 months into this year. I cannot believe there's only 2 months left in this project. Oh my goodness. Let's start with my Baby Pan That Palette. I have defined a Baby Pan That Palette as a palette with 5 pans or less. And I am trying to always work on a Baby Pan That palette at all times, in addition to whatever my Pan That palette is, so that I'm not forgetting the little guys, the duos, the trios, and the quads in my collection while I'm trying to pan a full palette. I started working on this Baby Pan That palette back in December or the end of November. I can't remember which one it was. And it was a Lancome duo. It was like a gift with purchase kind of product. It came in little black packaging. I have since depotted that into my Pan That palette from last year because the formula was a little bit funny and I wasn't getting a good color payoff, and so I wanted to repress it to see if that helped. It did help greatly, but now it's in here. I am going to show you a quick clip of what my palette looked like last month. And this is what my palette looks like today. These are the 2 shadows that are my Baby Pan That palette right here. And last month I had set some lofty goals for myself. The first one was to hit side pan on this shadow right here, and the second one was to finally hit pan for this shadow right here. I did not quite meet my goal on either. I have only used this shadow probably 2 more times in the past month, and I have worked hard to get to the side of this one, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm not working on either of these 2 shadows at all, and I'm not working on this blush right now, but this shadow is in a project as well. I will talk about that shadow more at that project's update. But these 2 I'm still working on. I'm happy to have gotten so close to the edge on the purple, and it is the eyeshadow I'm wearing today. In one last attempt to hit pan, it didn't happen. But yes, this is where I am with this palette. I'm gonna keep working on it. All right, let's move on to my Pan That palette. My Pan That palette for 2019 has been part of the Pan As Old As Time collaboration. That is a Pantastic Ladies collaboration. They created the theme and invited anybody to join them with the project, and so I decided to create a customized palette using a magnetic palette and a ton of depotted shadows, many of which were some of the oldest eyeshadows I have in my collection. And so let me show you a quick clip of what my palette looked like last month. And this is what my palette looks like today. So I have finished my first pan in this palette. This pan right here was my old Mary Kay powder. Half of it was white and half of it was pink, both matte, and I used it as an under eye setting powder all year long. It was pretty much brand new when this project started. And so that is my first finished pan in this palette. Feels like it took a long time, but I'm so excited about it. Since I finished using this, I've been floating back and forth between my Bare Minerals Mineral Veil to set my under eyes, but more recently I've been using this powder right here. This powder right here is a matte cream shadow too, and since last month's update I repressed it and I hit pan again, and there is only a little bit left. And the reason it's been going so fast is that I use it to set my eyeshadow primer when I prime my eyes, but I've also been using it as an under eye setting powder. I am wearing it today, and I think it's doing a pretty good job. And I think this will definitely be gone by next month's update, which would mean I will have 2 empty pans by next month. In other exciting news, I finally hit pan again on my Elizabeth Mott blush that I repressed several months ago, and it just felt like it was taking forever to hit pan again. But I have pan right there, and there is now pan showing on this bronzer right here, which there wasn't at last month's update. When I posted a picture of this on Instagram, I got a lot of comments about how that's a strange place to hit pan, and I totally agree. I don't think it's like natural hitting pan, but still it's pan, so I'm counting it for now. I am guessing, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I'm guessing a little chunk got taken out when it was being depotted from whatever packaging it was being depotted from. And so since I swirl my brush kind of evenly across the whole pan, that divot just got deeper and deeper until it hit pan there. So I still am a long way from actually hitting pan on this bronzer in a natural way, but yeah, that pan wasn't there last time. I think I've possibly expanded the pan a little bit on my pink matte eyeshadow from Mary Kay. I definitely have side pan on my purple pan right here, this old Almay eyeshadow. But no major new pans to talk about today besides what I've talked about. It's also kind of shocking that we are already at the beginning of November and there are still several eyeshadows in this palette that I really haven't used at all this year. It's just too many eyeshadows. I was really hoping to get a lot of use out of these three shadows right here because I love those shades, and I really haven't used them at all this year. I really thought I would hit pan on this cranberry shade, but I haven't done that either, and I'm not using this nearly enough to hit pan on it, to even hope to hit pan on it. I haven't used this one hardly at all. I really haven't used these two. This green one, I haven't used at all. This Mary Kay Duo, nope. And this matte cream shadow from Tarte over here, I won't even touch until this one's gone. So once this one's gone, I'll start working on this one to set my eyeshadow base and possibly use this as an under eye setting powder. But yeah, it's kind of amazing how many eyeshadows I haven't used at all in the 10 months that this project has been going on. I haven't solidified any plans for next year yet. I'm really not sure exactly what I'm gonna do. I have a few options that I'm hemming and hawing about. I will make a decision by January 1st, for sure, and I will be panning something in January. That's for sure as well. I'm not giving up on project panning. I still love it, but I'm not sure which project I'm going to focus on. Whatever it is, it will be less than what's in that Pan That palette for this year. This year has made me realize that although it's very nice to have a lot of variety, I am much more successful when I zero in on just a few things and work on them until they're gone and then move on to something different. Too much variety is one factor that really slows me down. So whatever I choose to do for next year, it will be less than what it is, but it will still be project panning. A lot of you guys have been encouraging me to switch to a monthly makeup basket, and I definitely think that there will come a time when I do that. I'm just not ready to give up on project panning quite yet. I love it too much. So at some point, I probably will switch to a monthly makeup basket, but I'm not ready to do that yet. All right, guys, that is it for this update. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.